Well, hello and welcome to Wooden What You Don't Need, and today we are going to have a look,
without reflection,
hopefully, at the functions of this TIMEX watch. As you know, if you have been following my channel for a while, I am not a TIMEX guy, I'm a Casio guy, and this is my first TIMEX digital ever. And I have found out that the functions of this one are very appealing. They're very cool functions, and today we're gonna have a look at them. But since I am too lazy, being Italian, I haven't prepared accurately. I have just played around with the watch. I've been wearing this on and off for about 10 days or so, but I have learned a bit how it works. So today we are going to learn together how the functions on this very nice watch work. I think the right approach to learn how this works is to set it together. Now, we have 4 buttons on the sides of the watch and we have 1 button on the face of the watch. So the first thing that we are going to do is play the set recall button, and we will discover all, well, not all, various functions of this watch. Now have a look at this. It tells you to hold to set, and as you have seen, I kept the button pressed for, I don't know, 3-4 seconds, and the setting mode is entered. Now the first thing that you are going to set is time. Notice that you can set time 1 or time 2. That's because you have 2 or,
I don't know, maybe 3, maybe more
different times that you can set. So this has like a dual time already built in, like many Casios. So the time number 1, and let's compare it to the Golden General here, this G-Shock, which I have synchronized with my Bluetooth. Now the only thing that we have to set is the seconds.
So as you have seen, the hours are flashing. I don't care about the hours. I don't care about the minutes. I care about the seconds. So when this one goes to 00, when this one turns to 32, what will I do? I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yeah, as you have seen, as you can realize, I'm not that used to setting the time on a TIMEX, and therefore I have to do it again. Oh, and as you can see, as we are learning by mistakes, there are 2 buttons that you can use to set your time and other features on this watch. And these are the stop reset button or the start split button. So the start split button, as you can see from this plus number here, acts as a button that increases your numbers, and the stop reset acts as a button that decreases your number. Now, I want my minutes to be 33, so 31, 32, 33, and now I want them to be 34, and when the seconds on my Casio will reach 00, I will reset with the stop reset button so to have this
Synchronized with the correct time. 10 seconds to go. Notice that on the TIMEX the legibility is really great. 4, 3,
2, 1, 0. Oh boy, I did not.
I messed up big time. Have to do it all again.
See how clumsy I am.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, now they're synchronized.
Now I'm still in T1, so my time 1. The other things, now I don't need my Casio anymore. The other things that I have to set, well, let's have a look, are the month and the day. Now, as you have seen, I have chosen the format day of the month and month because that's what I'm used to, despite being a lifetime user of Casio watches, which display first the month and then the day. The American way of reading the date, I prefer, being a European, being Italian specifically, to see the day first, and this TIMEX Ironman gives me that opportunity. So I will leave the date as is. The year is, you can increase or decrease your year by the start split button or the stop reset button. It's 2025, so we'll keep this year. Now this lets me choose, by pressing mode one more time, this lets me choose the 24 or 12-hour format. I like the 24-hour format, so I will keep the 24-hour format. Now this lets me choose my format of the date. So it's day and month or month and day. As I told you, I prefer day and month, so I will leave it like this. This lets me choose if I want my chime, so my beep, when I press the buttons. I don't like it. I just need to hear the beep when the alarm goes off, so I will keep this chime off and not on. But you see that when I choose to have my chime on, a little note appear here on this top left corner of the screen. So I will keep the chime off. Next, as you can see here, we have an indication that by pressing this button, we will go to the next item to set. Beep off.
Now, I don't know the difference between beep and chime. Maybe the chime concerns the alarm and the beep concerns the pressing of buttons. I don't really know. I will have to try it. But if you already know it, tell me in the comments.
Let's see.
Okay. So the beep, as I have just realized, refers to the pressing of the buttons.
Chrono. What does this mean? Chrono on or chrono off? Just like the following functions. This is the screen that lets you choose if you want to have your chronometer at hand. So when you have your home screen, if you leave chrono on, you can just press mode and your chronometer screen will be available at hand. Whereas if you press chrono hide, it won't be like that. So let me choose hide on the chrono to show you later what happens when you choose to hide the chronometer. So chrono hide, next timer on. Let's hide the timer. Occasion. Occasion is a nice form of alarm. Let's keep it on and then we will work on the occasion feature later. Alarm 1 on. Alarm 2, let's hide. Let's decide to hide it. And alarm 3, let's decide to hide it. And we are back at the first screen of the set recall. Let's say we want to set time number 2 or number 3. We have 3 time zones that we can set. And let's say we want to set time 2. We go to next. And let's say that I want to choose a time zone that it's 2 hours behind my time zones. All I need to do is press 2 times stop and reset and I'm done. So my second time zone will be 2 hours before the Rome time zone. I don't know, maybe Moscow or Istanbul, I don't know. And therefore I will know the time of that time zone by the press of a button. Notice that you can also set your second time zone, minutes and seconds, and probably also the date. I don't know why one should want to do that, but maybe if one is a time traveler, he can have a different month, a different day, different minutes and seconds as well, and a different year. Yes, so now we have found out that this is the watch that can be used, should be used by time travelers. So what happens after we have set the watch the way we have just set it, that we have a signal here for the chime. At this point I realized that this little alarm sign is the chime, so the alarm, and a small note for the beep. The beep meaning that every time we push a button, a beep will be heard. The chime, now we have our answer, meaning that the alarm will be heard, not just will be flashing. What is the occasion? None. But if we set our occasion by pressing the button set, we can choose an occasion. It can be a trip.
Oh, remember that you have to take your trip to, I don't know, to the mechanic, to the mountains. Or it could be a show. Remember that ticket that you bought of the Beyonce concert or whatever concert you want? If it was me, it could be a Kurt Rosenwinkel concert, whatever.
Other occasion that you can choose. And when is that occasion? So let's go ahead with our days by pressing the start split button. 31st of July, something will happen. Yeah, let's say that we have to remember to go on a trip on the 31st of July. This mode will remind me that I have to go on a trip on the 31st of July. So now, because of the settings that we have chosen before, the only sub-screens that we have available are the occasion and the alarm 1, and we're going to look at the alarm later. Yeah, the occasion and the alarm 1.
I told you that we were going to look at the alarm later, and that later has come. It is now.
This is a very, very cool function that Casio watches do not have. for the alarm. You can choose to have your alarm on weekdays. Let's say I want to wake up at 6 o'clock. On weekdays, on weekends, so Saturdays and Sundays, or daily, all 7 days of the week. This is a very cool feature. You can be willing to wake up at 6 from Monday to Friday, but then to sleep in on Saturdays and Sundays, and you can choose this option, which is great in my opinion. So let's stick to weekdays at 6, which is a good alarm in case I don't wake up with my other Casios alarms, which are set before 6 o'clock. The TIMEX Ironman on weekdays at 6 o'clock will try to wake me up. Here we can increase our minutes or decrease them, and when we are done choosing, we just press set recall. But now I want something more from my watch, and then I have to unhide, if that is a word, the functions that I want to be ready at the press of the mode button. So I will press set again, hold to set. So my time 1 is set.
I'm happy with it. The date. And now I do want my chime on.
I don't want my beep on. I don't want to hear a beep every time I press a button. So I choose beep off, and now it's silent. But I do want to have my chronometer available when I press the mode button. So I will press, instead of hide, I will press on. I want to have my timer ready at the press of the mode button. So I won't hide it anymore. I will put it on.
You know what? I don't care for my occasion alarm. I think it's kind of, I wouldn't say stupid, but not useful. So, I want to hide it.
My alarm 1, instead, I want it on. And I would like to have a second alarm too, in case I don't wake up with the first alarm.
And you know what? Because I tend to sleep a lot, I want to have a third alarm, just in case.
Set time 1, time 2, and now I'm done. So you don't hear the beep anymore. Chronometer. Now the chronometer is a wild beast in this watch, because you would think that if you press start and then you press start again, it will stop. No, it's not like that. You start it with this button here, and to make the chronometer stop, you have to press stop here on the side. Now here it will stop, and to reset it, you press your stop button again, and you keep it pressed and you reset it. So this is a very chronometer oriented watch. It's meant to be used by athletes who do their laps. So I totally understand how this watch is structured this way. So you start with the front button here, you stop with the bottom right button, you reset it with the bottom right button again. But if you press start once again, the chronometer will keep going, but the watch will memorize the first lap, so to say. So you see that it's lap here, but the chronometer is still going in the background, okay? If I press lap one more time, it gives me the second lap. Yeah, it has 30 laps. Third lap. Okay, now I want to stop everything. The fourth lap was 4 and 46. So this gives me the total. Upstairs, I can read the total time elapsed. And downstairs, I will read the last lap, so to say. So in order to recall the other 3 laps, I suppose I will have to push recall top left button. Yeah, recall. Yeah, the first lap was 11 seconds and 27 hundredths of a second. The fourth lap was 4:46. The third lap was 6:47. The second lap was 9:75. And yeah, now we know the time that took me to do each of the 4 laps. And you can do this operation for all 30, as you can see, laps. So this watch is very useful if you're training for some competition, you're running laps or you're swimming laps. It can time and memorize up to 30 laps. And then to reset everything, you just have to press reset and keep it pressed for a few seconds and it will be reset, of course. So you press done up here, then you press reset, hold to reset, everything is reset. Now that is quite a chronometer. with lots of cool functions. Let's scroll through. I want my timer. Now the timer is a feature that I use a lot, and here you can see that there's a symbol, sand clock, and there's a kind of an arrow that maybe tells you to repeat that timer, that countdown timer, and let's see what happens. I will press start. It will begin counting down. Then I will fast forward.
In order not to have you waiting over minutes and 10 seconds, but we will see if the countdown timer begins to count down again automatically after it's finished counting down.
And that is a feature that I use a lot when I'm training EMOM, and I made a video about it. Go and check it out. The auto repeat timer is a function that I really appreciate on Casios. So if the Ironman has it, I will appreciate it on the Ironman as well. So let me turn off the light so you will see that it blinks with a beautiful Indiglo blinking when it goes off the timer.
Wow, beautiful. And as you can see, it has started counting down automatically again. I like the beep of the TIMEX. It's something new for me because I'm used to Casios beeps. Now I will just stop it. I will reset it. Time 110. And I suppose that the feature of auto repeat is, yes, you can choose to have it auto repeat or not. In fact, timer, you can choose your hours, minutes, seconds, and repeat at the end or don't repeat at the end. This is a very cool feature. Stop at the end. Nice. If we go to the next mode, we will have chrono timer, alarm 1, then we can choose alarm 2, alarm 3, and for each alarm we can choose to have it daily, on weekdays, or on the weekend. Very nice. And yeah, I think this sums up in a very confounded way all the features of this marvelous TIMEX Ironman. These are features that some of them you do not find on your regular Casios, or at least the ones I'm familiar with. So this makes me once again appreciate the TIMEX a lot. I don't know why I had ignored timer all this time. Yes, I know, because I have this romantic relationship with Casio since I was a child, but TIMEX could be a brand I might want to look more into in the following months or years. That's it for now. I will come back with more features about this watch soon, maybe comparisons with Casios, but yeah, that's it for now, and I'll see you on the next of What you don't need. Ciao.